Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 706. So today's 706, tomorrow's 705, because I already scheduled tomorrow's. And since we did a pop up, I could have called this 704 and a half, but that would have screwed up our counting. How's everybody doing? My hair's a little crazy. I was out in the rain all day, and I'm going back out in the rain in a little bit. Good to see everybody in the comments. Hope is here first. Thank you, Hope. Searing is here. Prince says it's almost bedtime over there. Cleon is here from Trinidad. I got Christine, Joan, Nurse Laura watching in Seattle. We got Yuma's favorite son, Umaru, is here. Nadia in the H-Town. Jay Cruz is saying hello from North Dakota. Joan's sending nice comments. Jay Cruz says, my 5-year-old just discovered the song Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood. Nice. Been listening to it nonstop these past few days. Bad to the Bone. I'd play a snippet of it, but then I'd get a copyright violation from YouTube, so I'll just have to sing it myself. Everyone's sending blessings to Nurse Lara, so that's nice. AJ says, it's like Saturday Night Live. Oh my gosh. Ibrahim and I watched the Saturday Night movie about Saturday Night Live. It was crazy and raunchy and silly and a lot of fun. AJ's listening to the song Wednesday on repeat. I don't know that song. Should I know that song? Am I old? Is that Taylor Swift or something? Gustavo's here. Christina's here. APF is sending salams, as is Ryan. Shauna is here. Gustavo, our friend. Aziza is here. Premium account. Nobody's spoken about temporary protected status. We are in the dark. I think temporary protected status is going to go away. Nene says, good evening, Jim. Kofi's watching from Atlanta. We got some Yardies in the house. Hello, Moy Whitlock. APF, happy to be here. Marge Higgs. Eric. Katura. Kwame's asking everyone to give the likes. Likes are good. Subscribing is better. Lynn says, hello, everyone from Vermont. We got a hey from Tony in Pennsylvania. Eric's in the Bahamas. AJ says hello. Ramanjeet says hello. Aziz is sending hellos from Omaha. We got Tennessee in the house. Hello, Jerry. The Upper Peninsula. Oh, I bet it's cold and dark up there. I don't know if I told you guys, last week I went to see Lake Superior. Ibrahim and I drove up to Duluth, and it was a beautiful drive. We went to a state park where there were these rocks sort of sticking out, and you could see where the water used to be. It was really, really cool. Bashir is here. Simba is here. Kwame's wife's visa got approved in Ghana. Well, that's good news. Holy cow, get her here as fast as you can. That's all I can say. What about the impact on prosecutorial discretion? Well, I think prosecutorial discretion is going to go away too. They're going to fight everything, dismiss nothing. That's what they're going to do. Astia Express says salam. Aben Ayoub says, what's my take on President Trump's impact on EB2 and IW? I think they think that the Biden team is abusing it, and those are going to get a whole lot harder. Suduki says, salam alaikum. I got Colin. Another Yardy. Hello, Steve. H&M is here. Hello, H&M. Let's see. Adisumbo Lulu says it's getting cold in Missouri. That's true. I got Facebook. I got Argentina in the house. Oh, hello from Argentina, boss. That must be Yuli, I think. Could be. We got a couple people down there in Argentina, though, so you just never know. And then we got Mirdast Mohammed and Rami. Hello. All right, so let's go to Reese. Hello, Reese.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Are you doing the questions already?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I'm a Canadian citizen. I was born in India. I'm a physician, and I just got married about a week ago. The main question I have is this. I don't have any random coming into the US or any problems like that. Totally clean otherwise. But I do have speeding tickets. In the past 5 years, the first 4 years, no tickets. In the past year, I had 10 speeding tickets because I know it's the dumbest thing I could have done. I've been driving about 40,000 miles between Houston and Mississippi for my job, and they kept getting me in Louisiana in these speed traps. Now, every one of them I paid on time. I didn't dispute anything, and the final aspect is I had one that I had to do like a remediation course, but I didn't have to go in front of a judge or anything like that. And in Louisiana, apparently, so seven of them are in Louisiana, one's in Texas, two are in New Mexico. Um, Apparently in Louisiana, they go off your record. They don't post them other than, I guess, in like the little town that they're in. Do I have any chance if I apply now or do I have to wait?
So you have a spouse who's a U.S. citizen who's going to file for you?
Yes.
And do I think you'll get a green card with 10 speeding tickets
Yes.
in 1 year?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think they can deny you for that, but they might try it, right? So I once had a doctor who worked in the ER, and so he actually had 27 parking tickets, and they tried to deny him for that. So I would spend a lot of time, if I were you, trying to develop evidence as to why you're making that long trek, the 40,000 miles, and explain to them, look, I was helping poor people in poor communities far from my house. I'm sorry I got these speeding tickets. I do take it. When was the last time you got a ticket?
Like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think I would go ahead and file.
Okay. And I'll kind of get on to kind of writing a document like you described, but the second question I had was in the event that, so I'm currently on an H-1B, I'm an uncapped person. If I was to apply for the green card and fail at it, would I be able to stay in the US or would I have to go back to Canada?
You mean your H-1B is ongoing, and you're saying if I try to get my green card, does that mean my H-1B is going to end?
Yes.
Here's what I'll say. Under current law, no, but Project 2025 does have this really weird provision that if you get denied for any kind of immigration benefit, you should have to leave the United States. I don't think they'll actually do that one, but that is in Project 2025. But all that being said, I would still go ahead and apply.
Okay. And man, and if I were to not apply for 5 years, I would like, would you say that that'd be like, I'm not planning on getting any more tickets, but if I was to kind of stay clean for the next 5 years, you wouldn't recommend that? You'd recommend submitting now?
I think that's severely overkill, very much so overkill. And I would say that you get a pass because you're a doctor. That's what I would say.
And your client that ended up having the 27 tickets, did that end up working out well or?
That was for citizenship. So, and actually the standard for that, you don't have to have, I mean, you have to be admissible to get a green card. You don't have to have good moral character. This old mean officer tried to deny my guy, who actually was also from India, but he was Muslim. And they tried to deny him his citizenship for these 27 tickets. She denied it, and then I appealed it. And then once I appealed it, they gave him his citizenship.
Okay. And so this is the final question. I'm really scared that like I just got married. I don't want to leave my wife. I want to have kids and everything like that in the US. And I don't want to be separated. You would still recommend doing the green card procedure right now?
I would.
Okay. All right.
You might want to use a lawyer, but I would.
No, I'm using you guys. I've got
Okay.
Jim Jefferson, I think. I haven't spoken to him yet. I'm just getting all the documents together.
From our office?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Jim Jefferson.
Mm-mm.
He's. I signed up with you guys. I like called you guys, and it was
Yeah,
like.
I'm good with this. I would still go ahead.
Okay. All right.
I'll track down who has your case and I'll talk to him.
Sure. It might be Tim.
Tim Rudolph.
It might be Rudolph.
There's Tom Kalish and Tim Rudolph.
Is he one of the senior guys, Tim Rudolph?
Tim is, yeah.
So he was one of the. He said he was one of the lawyer supervisors.
And then that's Andrew Bloomberg, or Tim. The two of them are.
It's probably Tim. Okay, and awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and think about Uber or something else so you don't have to drive.
No, the problem is I bought a Tesla and this thing is just like an animal. It goes without you even paying attention. And I kept going into these speed traps while I was exhausted, like driving 8 hours. And,
Sure.
you know, okay.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.
See ya. All right, all right. Let's go over to Lauren and see what she has to say. Hi, Lauren.
Good evening, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Good evening to you.
Sorry for my voice. I have a bad cold, but I don't want to miss this opportunity. And thank you for doing this. Um, my question is about me and my husband. He is on an L1, and I'm on L2. We are both working here in the United States. We applied for EB3 skilled with priority date of 5 of December 2022. Our I-140 was approved in December 2023, and in April, we both received our EADs, which are available until 2029, literally giving us the opportunity to stay here while waiting for the green card, right?
Yep.
In July, I had to start working using the EID that I received, and my husband, they did all the procedures, and actually he was lucky enough to also get the H-1B, so he has another kind of a safety nest there.
Yeah.
In October, so this October, a couple of weeks ago, when we checked on the USCIS website, both of the green cards were approved. Okay, they were approved, and when we arrived, they arrived home. We observed errors, right? So the first was the green cards were approved on EB2. We never applied for EB2. We applied for professional worker on EB3 skilled. Okay. Also, EB2 is current, but EB3 it's not current and it never was in this period. Second, the data on the approval, it's October 2022 on the green card. Sorry, 2020. It's not 2024 October, but it's October 2022. So, what is there a process to correct these errors? Right. Of course, we are very concerned. What do we need to do to correct this error? And also, in the moment in which we would announce USCIS about these errors, which we definitely want to do, which will be our status? Will we lose the right to work, needing to apply again for the EIDs? Currently, I don't know what's the correct process to do this.
So you're really smart to ask, because some immigrants would say, "Woohoo, we got our green cards, let's go." Like they would just say, "Oh, this is so great. I'll just."
We did that for a second.
Yeah, right. But then what happens is when you apply for citizenship, they say, "Oh, you never should have got your green card," and then people are in really big trouble. So I'm glad you didn't do that. I've had a few instances like this, and it's really, really hard to get USCIS to pay attention to an improperly granted green card. And like you said, for you, you said, it's just not good. It's not good. And so it's going to be really hard to get them to pay attention to the fact that they gave you a green card, right? And so in their mind, even your case is closed, right? So where do you live?
We live in Michigan, Metro Detroit area.
Okay. So I hate to say this, but this is what I would do. You can try to bang your head on the wall and get them to pay attention to this for a really long time. What you might think about doing, I hate to say it, is to either sue them or threaten to sue them so that they pay attention. Because the hardest thing about this is going to get them to pay attention. What you need them to do is to undo all the dumb things that they already did. So I had a lady just recently, it was sort of like your case, but they approved your case, but not your husband's. They approved the beneficiaries, but not the petitioner, or not the primary. They approved the derivatives. Sure. So we had to actually sue them to fix everything. Now, she sued them because she knew that if they cleaned everything up, they'd all have green cards that were properly issued. You'd be suing them just to go back to the status that you already had, which seems like a pain in the butt and money that you shouldn't have to spend. But I would do it if I were you, because otherwise you're just going to be in this limbo for a really long time, trying to get them to pay attention. Or you might do a middle ground, which is start calling them, bothering them, trying to get them to pay attention for the next week or month, and then go. But I think the best way to get a hold of them, and we've sued that field office in Detroit a lot, so we could probably do it with a good threat, which would save you half the money.
But it's coming from Detroit, so we need to raise the attention in Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
Okay, and there is no form, no I-90, no 290, no form
No,
that you
because
can.
you shouldn't have gotten the one you have. It's not they didn't give they gave you one totally in error, not they made a little mistake on it.
Yeah, also because it's disappointing.
Put
Most
more in
probably the
the
current date on this will be in 1 month or so, right? So
Oh, you'll be
um,
current in a month?
I think we will. I think we will be because they are adjudicating and giving green cards now on cases with priority date November 2022, and our priority date is December 2022.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just sit tight till it becomes current, then we sue them to fix everything at once.
What's the procedure of suing them? Right? Do we go to our current? Um, I don't know
No, you
the
hire me.
channels.
You hire me because I mean you could try to fix it. Why don't you do this? Why don't you try to fix it for the next month?
Hmm.
And you probably won't be able to. If you do, I'll give you a big gold star. I just don't think you can get them to pay attention to it. So
Okay.
try to get them to fix it. If they won't, then as soon as if the December visa bulletin comes out in your current or the January comes out in your current, call me back and then we'll suit. What we'll do is we'll file a lawsuit in federal court in the Eastern District of Michigan, and we'll ask them we'll point out how stupid they are, all the dumb mistakes they made, and then ask you to issue you the green card that you should have. That would be really great. If it becomes current, I'd sue them right away.
Okay. And may I ask, if not here, of course, offline, we
Yeah, you
can
can
do
ask.
that, which will be the timing of the lawsuit, so kind of the procedure, and then the cost of it.
Cost is $5,000 plus 405. The filing fee is $405. The cost is $5,000.
Hmm.
And then time wise, it usually takes about 2.5 months to get them to work everything out.
Okay. And currently, we're still good to work, right? So I'm not losing my job.
I mean, currently, you're a lawful permanent resident.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm actually not leaving the country for work.
yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't leave the country. I wouldn't tell your work that they gave you this great new green card. I would just lay low, and then I would try to fix it on the back end once you become current. That's what I would do.
okay. Okay. Um, This is great, great advice. So thank you so much. Sometimes we read on internet, right? Which I don't know if it's good or bad for our mental
Mhm.
health.
Of
Um,
course.
but people are saying, "Hey, go and speak with your congressman, or go."
I don't
Uh,
think this is one they're going to be able to fix. You can, but like I said, try everything you can and let me know if you pull it off. I think it would
mhm.
really be hard to get them to fix this without
Okay.
somebody at a really higher level. See, when I sue them, I sue the head of the Detroit field office. I sue the head of USCIS, and a U.S. attorney has to defend it. So there's attorneys for USCIS, there's the U.S. attorney, and they all look at it and they go, "Oh man, we really screwed up. Let's just fix this and make the lawsuit go away."
Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. This
Bye,
was very
Lauren.
useful.
Yep. See ya.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
I saw a couple comments that I wanted to comment on. This is one that I thought of when we were talking to the prior caller. If I had plans to buy a Tesla, they're on pause for now. I'm boycotting that idiot Elon. Sorry, dear shareholders. I would never ever. If I had a Tesla right now, I'd light it on fire or I'd sell it. I would never drive a Tesla or do any. I'm shutting down my Twitter account. I've got like 4,000 followers. I deleted it off my phone, so I have to reinstall it so that I can close out, deactivate my account. I will never do anything with Elon Musk. Nurse Laura says sort of the same thing. I want an electric car too, but they're too problematic right now. I won't buy a Tesla, and the other brands are kind of weak so far. I think that's right. I the other thing that somebody said was about their mental health. She said about trying not to read too much on the internet. I'm going to start playing a game with myself. Do you guys know how, like, at some workplaces where people are doing like physical work, that they say like 74 days since we've had a work-related accident, 75 days. They have like a little counter. I've already started counting how many days in a row can I go without hearing Donald Trump's voice. Like, I'm going to play a little game with myself because I really don't ever want to hear his voice again. I know that I will, but I really don't want to. I've turned off all the news. I've turned off MSNBC. I've unsubscribed from Nate Silver. I unsubscribed from the Washington Post because of their cowardly refusal to endorse a presidential candidate. So I think we all have to really be spending a lot of time figuring out ways to increase our mental health and help ourselves stay sane. So what are you guys doing to stay sane? What are you guys doing? I'm completely unplugged. I'm listening to music. I'm listening to old books. I'm going to read some history books. Yeah, stupid Alan Lichtman. Thank you, Martin. You're right. That guy, he had me convinced we were going to be okay. Boy, was I wrong, Alan Lichtman. I'm never going to listen to that guy again. He was so confident. Shows what I know. All right, well, let's keep going. We got a show to do, right? Amar's here. Hi, Amar.
Hey, sir, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. I have a situation here. I came to US with my family on a visit visa B1, B2, and we applied for asylum. After we applied for asylum, I got approved for R130 from my mom. My mom is a US citizen. So we did an asylum interview, and they refer us to the court for the next year. Before 2 weeks, we got an email from the National Visa Center that our case is due and we have to apply from the embassy. They consider that we are outside US. My question is, can we file I-485, the adjustment of status, while we are staying here?
Nope.
So we have to wait for the asylum court, but we cannot do anything for the I-130.
Right. Yeah, you sort of screwed this all up. What country are you from?
I'm from Sudan.
And why do you fear going back home?
Actually, it's a medical thing for my wife and my daughters. I have 5 daughters.
I gotcha. I know what that is. Yeah. So those are really good asylum cases. So that's good. But no, see, there's a couple of different problems. Number one is the visa is probably not current. How long ago did mom apply for you?
No, the visa is current. She applied on 2011. We got approved 2015, and now it's current before 2 weeks.
Okay. So let's say you came on a visit visa, and while you were here on the visit visa, let's say during those 6 months it became current. Then you could have applied for the I-45 for everybody. Okay. Or let's say that you had applied for asylum within the first 6 months of your visit, and you never had your interview and you were never referred to the court. That asylum, when you're still at the asylum office, that would have been a bridge for you between the B1, B2 and the I-45 adjustment, right? But because the asylum office referred the case to the court, my understanding and my research tells me that then you don't have lawful permanent resident, or you don't have, you're not currently in status for the purposes of adjustment because you're not an immediate relative. You're the adult married child of a U.S. citizen. So you're not an immediate relative, which means you have to be in status to adjust, which means to me, I think all you've got is your asylum case.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Now, do you have an attorney on your asylum case? Because my wife has been working on a ton of these from Sudan, especially. So if you don't, she's really, really good at these.
Okay. Yes. I didn't decide yet for the attorney because I leave my previous attorney because he's the main reason he didn't go with me to the interview.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for an attorney for the asylum.
Oh, yeah, but that'll be in court. Yeah. Do you have a court date?
Yeah, it's gonna be December 25.
Okay. Yeah. If you need our help, let me know.
Okay, I'm gonna text you on the number on your website.
Yeah. Email us or WhatsApp. Yep. Email or WhatsApp.
Perfect.
Thanks, Amber.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much.
Yep. All right. Going from Amar to Amir. Hi, Amir.
Hi, James. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Sorry, there's like a little background noise.
That's really loud.
Oh, is it bothering? Like I can like go.
It's just loud. Go ahead.
Okay. I contacted your company like a few days ago about the adjustment of the status. I currently have an H-1B visa, and I want to enter States in a few days. And I also have an approved I.
Haven't we talked about your case like 7 times?
Yeah. So right
What's the
now,
question?
so the question is like, can I hire you to help her with this, if it's adjustment of status? Like, do you offer like that service?
Of course.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, what does your service include about like adjustment of status?
So you have an approved I-140. So that's
I don't
preparing.
have like any. I don't have any criminal record. My priority date is like early 2023.
How about military service?
Exempted.
Awesome. Yeah, so we represent you from start to finish. I mean, you'll probably get a green card interview, I would imagine. So it'd be handling the case, putting it all together, showing that you're admissible, processing the case, getting your work card, your travel document, if that's what you want, and then going, getting you ready for the interview.
Okay. Do you think it's like feasible to apply it like before the inauguration day? Assuming that I'll be passed, providing everything.
Yeah. Getting it on file before January 20th for sure.
Okay. And I've been checking like the website. I saw that like the average processing time for adjustment of status is around 8 months. So I'm just wondering, like, based on your experience, how long would that be for Iranians? Maybe like it's gonna be longer for us.
I would say, knowing how much trouble you've had with the embassies, that it's probably going to be a year and a half.
Okay, year and a half. Okay. And can I know like how much does your service cost? And does that
5,000.
include 5,000? Does that include like attending interview and responding to RFPs or those sort of things if it happens?
It does include. I'm gonna mute you.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at the airport. Because I know that voice. That's the airport voice. I heard it. I was in the airport yesterday. The $5,000 does include the interview. It depends where it is though. If it's in St. Louis, San Diego, or DC, then it's $1,000 for the interview. If it's any place else, it's $2,000 for the interview. Just because we have to travel.
And how about RFP?
Yeah, that includes RFE.
Am I subjected to the 3-month rule? And do I need to apply like for the work permit, considering that I have H-1B, which is valid for 2 years?
If you're only going to work for the H-1B employer, then you don't need the EAD. I would suggest applying for it just because it's only an extra $260 if you apply with the green card. So I would say, just because you never know what's going to happen, and to have the freedom of movement from job to job, it's good to have that. What was the other part of that question?
Am I subjected to the 3-month rule?
That's a good question. So I don't think so, because an H-1B is dual intent, but I'd want to make sure. But even if you were, I still might do it just to get it on file before January 20th.
All right. Okay. Thank you. That was everything.
Thanks, Amir. Yeah, and if you just, I don't know, you said you reached out to the firm. If you haven't gotten the response that you want, just email info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com and I'll see it over the weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yep. All right. That was Amir. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. If you have a minute and could do us a favor, if you're enjoying the show, if you feel like you're getting value out of it, if you could leave us a quick review at www.reviewhackinglaw.com. Just leave us a 5-star review, maybe leave a little comment. It really helps us to connect to other people. All right, let's go to Ben. Hi, Ben.
How you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
It's kind of freaking out after this news from the past week, but I see that lots of people are in the same boat.
For sure. That's why I keep doing the show over and over, because everybody's freaked out.
Yeah, greatly appreciate it too. I was on the show a couple of weeks ago as well, but after the Trump election, we're considering moving up our interview date. We had planned on doing it in February, but we're thinking of the possibility of moving it up to early January before the 20th. Do you think that would be wise to do, or is that something that's really wouldn't be affected too much?
This is for a visa interview?
Yes, K1.
And you have the option of doing it sooner rather than later.
The time slots for January and February aren't open to schedule yet at the Guangzhou consulate, so we're waiting for those to become available, and we're debating whether or not we should just keep our original plan to do it in February or do it before January 20.
I gotcha. So you don't have a firm date yet. You're saying
No.
there should be this 2-month window that opens up. I would say take the very, very first one you can get.
Okay, so early January would be a much better option. All right, and because she doesn't live near one of the authorized medical centers, we want to do that on the same trip as when we're doing the interview in Guangzhou. Do you happen to know how long it takes to get those results so how much time we would need to space between the medical appointment and the interview?
I would either post that in Immigrant Home and ask people, our Facebook group, ask it in there. You could put it in the comments here. Somebody might know. I don't know embassy to embassy, but in my mind, it's like 2 weeks on average.
2 weeks between the medical and the appointment is something to plan on. Okay.
In other words, if you're counting on the results, I think about 2 weeks.
Okay, I was thinking it would be like maybe 3 or 4 days or something like that. But,
sometimes it is, but usually it isn't.
Okay. And do you think that the adjustment of status will be slowed down significantly in the next year as well?
I think everything's gonna be slowed down.
Okay. What do you figure it would be, or not really any way to tell that?
I mean, if I'm you and her, I mean, there's no way to tell what they're going to do, but if they have their way, they're going to slow everything down. So I would just be focusing on getting it on file so that she's in some kind of status, and then go from there.
Okay, I see. All right, thanks for the help.
Thanks, Ben. See you, buddy.
Bye.
Yep. There goes Ben. Let's go to Isaf. Hi, Isaf.
Hello, Jim. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How you doing?
Doing great, thank you. I watched your show for a long time, but I never joined. But I think this is a good time for me personally to join.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I currently have a temporary green card, and I actually had to renew it this month to remove the conditions. And I had a situation with my landlord. She actually filed a charge on me because I subleased a room, and now I'm facing a criminal charge. It's about $1,100, and I'm close to getting it dismissed. However, it's in a very bad timing right now because I don't know how to disclose the case. I do have the copy of complaint. It's just in a very bad position right now.
So somehow they charge you with a crime for subletting a room in your apartment?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have a lawyer that you're working with to get it dismissed?
I didn't have initially because I had just graduated school and I wasn't able to afford it, but I work now and I can. But I was thinking I have a public defender and he's been doing a good job, but it's honestly, I think if I went with a lawyer, it would have been done way faster.
Is this a misdemeanor? Is it a municipal charge? What's the crime?
So it's actually it's a grand theft because it's over it's over $950. It's a grand theft, and it's actually a felony as well. Um, they are willing to drop it to a misdemeanor, but I told them I don't want any cases on my record. So
I don't even understand. Do you understand the legal theory? What's the theft by subletting your apartment? Who's being robbed?
okay, so the robbed is the person that was staying in the house, and that doesn't make sense. It's a very bad case, and I think uh, the landlord also made a few like accusations that were not true. So basically, I'm getting charged with the amount that I took for the rent because I was using that money to pay the landlord that I sublet. So they're saying that the way that I did it is it wasn't. I didn't have the right to sublet the room, so that's why they were charging me for that. That's
Did you have a written lease?
yes, I have the written lease.
Did the written
And I have
lease
a,
did the written lease prohibit you from subletting?
no, it didn't. And I also have video recording from the landlord uh, saying that she's allowing me to sublet the room, and I've shown this to the DA, to the district attorney, but she's very grumpy and she doesn't want to give up on the case. And my lawyer told me if you have to go to trial, we can go. But
Okay. Let's talk about what your question was for me. When are your conditions? When does your 2-year green card expire?
it expires on November 22nd, so I have to file it this week. I've been just waiting to see if there's a change in my status on my criminal case before uh, I file for the removal of conditions.
Sounds like it's not going to be.
Yeah, yeah. I called the DA today. I called my public defender, and he was gonna do an interview with the person that accused me, but he pushed it for the middle of November, and I told him I need this done quickly, but it didn't happen.
What jurisdiction is it?
This is in California, Orange County.
So I would go ahead and file the 751. And if it's, did you get arrested for that, or did you just get a citation?
So actually, it's I did get arrested because they sent me the warrant the same day. I didn't even know, and I was flying out with my spouse for spring break, and I didn't even know about this. So the thing is, the person who the landlord, she has family in the police, and she really pushed a lot of
This
effort
is
on
fucking.
this.
This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. They're totally railroading you. And if she involved police department to try to, I mean, what is these people's fucking problem? This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I was really upset and very unfair, but I'm trying to get out of this.
Yeah, no, I get it. And everything's cool with you and your wife?
Yeah, yeah, everything we're good. We have plenty of evidence that the marriage is real. Uh, we've been together for 3 years now. It's just this the only aspect. And there's a box where I have to tick that I've been charged with a crime. Unfortunately, so I'm going to be honest on that too.
Yeah, definitely. So, how do you know that this person has family in the police department?
Because she told me this was a 6 month lease for the house, and it was on a ski town because I like snowboarding, so I leased it for. And I told her, I can't afford the whole lot by myself, so I'm going to sublet it to my friend, and everyone was respectful.
And you have that on video. And you have that on video.
I have it on audio recording of like me and her talking, and Lisa's also. So yeah, the DA is very sad. She just doesn't. She wants some. She wants to convict me something, no matter what it is. My lawyer said that my public defender said we can do a vandalism charge for you. She just wants to give me a record, and I told.
No, fuck them. The property that was being sublet isn't even in Orange County.
No, yeah, that property that was being sublet is where I went to community college. It's in Lake Tahoe, actually, in California. It's in Lake Tahoe.
But the alleged subletting happened in Orange County. Is that the theory as to why? I was just thinking, was there a way you could transfer it to Lake Tahoe?
Oh yeah, so the property was in Lake Tahoe. That's where I was living at that time in college. I was going to college in Northern California.
Okay, and you say that now you have money to pay a criminal defense lawyer?
Yes. Now I can afford it.
I would find the most badass criminal defense lawyer I could find there and pay them and tell them that not only are we going to beat this, I want to sue them for violating my civil rights. This is total bullshit. If you can prove that she has some kind of relationship with the police and that they all did this together, I mean, this is a fucking crime. I think it's a violation of your civil rights.
Yeah, her father, he's a sheriff. He was a sheriff in Lake Tahoe, the same county. Her husband is also a police officer. She told me that like when I first met her, we were just like getting to know each other a little bit.
The landlady?
Yeah, she's a lady. Yeah.
I mean, but you're saying the landlady's husband is a police officer
Yes. Yes.
in the office of where you got arrested, or where you got arrested. And so, wait, you were sort of telling me, but you didn't finish the story. So they issued a warrant for you. You didn't know about it. You were going to travel with your spouse,
Yeah.
and
So
then
I was going to Cabos, and everything was happening, and I think they told me at the airport that I had a warrant, and then I had to wait. I spent 5 days in jail for this because they had to transfer me, and yeah, I was in a different county, and they told me it was a Friday, so as you know, you can't see a judge until it's Monday.
which they probably did
Yeah,
on purpose.
yeah, yeah. Everything seemed because I was calling the county every day, the police department, because she had told me that she was going to like report this, and I was telling them, if there's something I can come and talk to you guys, and then I even called them a day before it, and they told me that there's nothing, there's no case for you yet, and they issued a warrant immediately without sending me a letter or anything like that.
Is the police department that the landlady's husband works for the same police department that issued the arrest warrant?
Yes, it's the same county. Yeah.
Okay. So listen, I'm not an expert on this. Is called a Section 1983 violation. It's a civil rights violation. It's when the government abuses their authority under color of law, in other words, in their uniforms or in their professional capacities, to try to do something that's unethical. I mean, literally, I've never heard of somebody being charged with grand theft because I've never heard of anybody being charged with a crime for subletting. And if you have it on audio that she agreed to it, and if you know that he's a cop, these motherfuckers needed to be dealt with. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but if you email me, I will spend some time tomorrow watching football, trying to find you a criminal defense lawyer in Orange County. And I have a buddy in Laguna Beach. He'll know a good criminal defense attorney in Orange County, and then we'll
I
try to
live
find.
10 minutes from Laguna.
What'd you say?
I live 10 minutes away from Laguna.
Okay.
Laguna.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I'll also help you find a civil rights lawyer. They might not get all worked up about it as much as I am worked up, but we should really fuck with these people. These are bad people.
Yeah, and it really sucks because I don't understand why she's just very stuck on just giving me something on my record, and she doesn't want to see any evidence. My DA has sent them so much evidence, and she just doesn't care. She told me we can go to trial. I don't care.
Okay.
That's basically it. So,
Okay. So email me and we'll go from there. Okay.
okay, I will
Oh,
email you.
I know what I wanted to ask you. Does she know you're an immigrant?
Um, I did tell her yes. Towards the end, I told her that we can talk about this. You don't have to go this way because it will, it can impact my immigration. And
And your public defender knows that too.
yes, yes, they know that, and that's why when they gave me the vandalism, I told them that this can be an MIT, uh, Moral Institute.
CIMT. Yeah, I don't know that it would be, but either way, email me and we'll go from there. And I'll research whatever I can to see if and I'll even talk to the civil rights lawyer and maybe even send them this video to see if they're interested. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think I made a mistake by not getting a lawyer because I was still a student when this happened 2.5 years ago, and it's still ongoing. I have trial on next February, end of February
On
next
this
year.
on this thing.
Yes. That,
Yeah. Well, maybe we could sue. Maybe we could sue them in the hopes that it just goes away.
yeah. I think there's a lot of room for that too. I believe.
All right. Let me know.
All right. And last question, Tim. Because I'm gonna file this week. I'm
Yeah.
working with an.
Go
All right.
ahead. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead and send it. Tell them about the arrest and the citation, and then just say that it's pending. And just we'll deal with that part later. Your 751 is going to take 2 years, so you have time to clear it up and make sure and notify them that it all got dropped.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I will email you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Yusuf. See you, buddy. All right. Can you guys believe that shit? That's some shit. That really pisses me off. I mean, that pisses me off so much that I might even talk to Christina. I mean, we've never done 1983 stuff, but I would sure like to mess with that landlord and mess with that police officer. That is some bullshit. All right. Optimus is here. Hi, buddy.
Hey, hi, Jim. How you guys doing? How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
good. How you doing?
I'm well. I've been trying to get on the past couple of days.
Everybody, I mean, we got 381 people watching. Everybody's going nuts. You know that.
I know. I've been seeing the chat, the comments, and all of that. Well, my question is just that with the new administration coming in, Trump, how do you think it's going to affect lawsuits? Do you think they're going to start fighting them more than they used to? What is it going to be for,
I would say this is something I don't necessarily want to talk about on camera. That's what I would say.
Oh,
I'm hopeful, but anytime there's a change in administrations, I'm worried about what they're going to do with lawsuits, right? So when Trump came in office the first time, I was worried about that. And then when Biden came in, it actually got harder under Biden than it did under Trump. So you just never know. That being said, if I was thinking about filing a lawsuit, I'd file it right away because we're in that window now with 75 days of we could maybe get them moving on it while it's still the Biden people before Trump comes in. And I remember the very first asylum delay lawsuit I did for a brother in Michigan. We sued them when Obama was still president, but the interview was the Monday after the Tuesday inauguration, and nobody in the Chicago asylum office knew how the new people wanted to handle the lawsuits. So they were literally taking all the notes from the interview and sending it to DC. Like we had I had 3 interviews on that case and it got approved, but there's just no way of knowing. My gut tells me that these lawsuits are still too piddly for them. It's not really what Trump's concerned about, but I could see them saying we're just going to fight them. I don't know.
oh, okay.
I hope
No
not.
problem. I can understand that. I was just, my case is past that stage.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm talking with the team. We're working. We're about to, take the next steps on my case. We're way past that. It's just something I was, thinking about. Like,
It's something we have to check every time. We just don't know.
yeah.
All right.
But, I mean, I believe it's, allowed to sue them. So it's not something they can just say, oh, we're taking even that opportunity for you to. They can't take that away.
I don't think so. I mean,
okay.
They're going to have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So that means they can change the law. So who knows? But as of the way things are now, no, they can't.
Okay, no problem. That's just what I want to ask. Everything else behind curtains. All right, bye-bye.
Yep, peace. That's our old friend. Kay Dean is here. Hello, Kay Dean. You're on mute.
Hey, what's up?
Are you in the closet?
Yeah, I'm in a shop that this
I got
lady
you.
closed. Yeah.
I got you. It looks like my wife's closet. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I've been watching you for I think like 3 years now.
Wow, thanks for watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember, I think somewhere 2023, no, 2022. I emailed you your friend, and I was like, I'm from Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna have you sue the embassy or something like that, and then you told me, your office told me I should wait for maybe I think a couple of I think a month or 2.
Yeah.
If I didn't hear from them, then we gonna sit, and then I heard from them, and I had an appointment, and I went. I got a visa. I'm in the U.S. and my marriage with my wife, I got 10 years green card.
Okay, great.
And I can
without having to sue.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And awesome. I think I emailed your friend I think today, and I was trying to, and they were like I should come on on the show so I can
Okay,
just
what's the
document
question?
you. Me and my wife been together like we've been married for 2021, and we've been together like since till now. And I think like last I think like this started for like a couple of months ago. Ever since I came here, I've been working and I've been helping for the mortgage, some bills. And I came in, I didn't even know what bills you got, but I was trying to be, like a good man, like, how a man has to be with his wife. But, where I'm from, I need to send money to my mom and, some family. And I got two kids. So I've been doing what I have to do. And then I think I came to realize that all that I'm here for is like, work hard and then give all my money to her, like, and I don't have to have any title to my name and nothing. And last time she was fighting me all because of money issue, right? And then so I was like, listen, I love you and not about money, and I own a house in Ghana. But we were talking about we have to go back to Ghana and invest like with some building and some apartment, like some building stuff. So all of a sudden she came to me and said, you know what, which is like Saturday, she was like, you know what, I don't think this is working, because that was like a few months. I was like, can we all have the chance to hold or maybe take care of our own money, like so then we start paying everything like 50-50 like we used to. But I don't want you having my ATM card, just doing whatever you want to do with my money. And then I think she didn't like it. So all of a sudden she was like, you know what, I think this is not working. And ever since she changed, like, she stopped showing all this care just because I'm, I have to hold, handle my own financial or something. So last Saturday, she came to me in the kitchen and I was trying to cook some food and eat. And she was like, listen, I think this is not working. I'm like, what is not working? She was like, I'm not benefiting nothing. So when she put that word out, I'm like, benefiting what, so you telling me you made me came like got to this country like just so you can benefit from me or what and I thought this is like real love, like we both fell in love and we love each other. So and I'm trying to
Okay,
help.
just real quick, can you get to the question? Because we got a lot of people waiting
Oh,
to talk.
okay, okay,
Question.
yeah. So all of a sudden she was like, listen, I think this is not working and I want to be out. And she asked me to move out from my house.
I'm sorry
So
to
she
hear that.
sent me out. Yeah, so she sent me out, and I live in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. So I moved from that night, and I packed, and I didn't pack my stuff. So the next Sunday, I came and packed all my stuff, and she was in the house. So when I was
What
leaving,
was in the house or wasn't in the house?
she was in the house, like
Okay.
her own house, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was leaving, she was like, "Listen, I think I have." She said she thinks she has to call the immigration and tell them about our status. And I'm like, let me just keep quiet and not say a word. So I didn't
Smart.
say nothing. And then I walked without saying nothing.
Smart.
So yesterday she texted me and she was like, yeah, because I bought a car and I put a name on my car. And she was like, listen, I want you to take off my name from your car and I'm taking your name off from my health insurance and I'm have to call immigration. And I didn't say nothing else. I didn't respond. I didn't say nothing because I'm like, I don't want her to use that against. Maybe I might say something and he'll be like, oh, yeah, this is what he said. Da, da, da. So I just kept quiet. And I was trying to talk to you, you know, to find out, am I really safe or do I have to do something? Or like, do I have,
Again,
yeah,
I'm sorry you're going through this. You have the 2-year green card, right?
no, 10 years green card, 10
10-year.
years.
And what was the start date on your 10-year green card?
Um, just a
Roughly,
second.
just what month and year?
Um, hold on just a minute. I got it here. It's right here. Um, okay, it was issued for me on the March 17th, which it will expire March 17th, 20 34, March 17th, 34.
So you just got it this year.
Yeah, this year, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And were you out of status when you married her, or did you come on a fiance visa, or what?
I came with a marriage visa because we did all the counseling, something
Perfect.
like everything. Yeah, in Ghana.
So then really you only lived together in America as spouses for about 10 or 8 months.
8 months. Yeah, 8, 9 months. Yeah.
So the good thing is you have your green card, and she can probably try and say bad things about you, and it might make it hard later to get your citizenship. If I were you, I would spend all my time doing two things. Number
Okay.
one, how can I get every piece of evidence that this was a real marriage? So every joint account, start saving all your records somewhere where she can't get them. Okay.
Right.
The other thing I would do is I would file for divorce, and I would try to keep the temperature very low. I wouldn't try to piss her off. I wouldn't try to fight with her. I wouldn't argue. I don't know if you've seen on here lately, but we've had a couple of people in sort of a similar situation. And the one thing that's really bad that happens is the US citizen calls the cops on the immigrant. And that's the thing we really don't want you to do,
Right.
right? We really don't
Right.
want them to call the cops on you. So I would say lower the temperature, no verbal contact with her. Everything should be by text or through a
Right.
lawyer. You should stop talking to her. You should not be you don't want to be in the same physical space as her,
Right.
right? And so then just start focusing on the divorce. You don't have to do the removal of conditions, so that's good. But they are suspicious of men from Ghana. They are going to be suspicious of the fact that you only lived together for 8 months here in the United States.
Right.
But you shouldn't be that worried. But when the time comes to apply for citizenship, I'd use a lawyer.
Oh, okay. So I want to ask one question. Can I go back to Ghana and then have a and then re-entry to the US, or I will have problem with like coming in?
If she's dropped a dime and told immigration that you married her just for the green card, and then you travel to Ghana by yourself, I think that'd be a really bad idea. I would stay here until I get my citizenship.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, I think thank you very much for
Good luck, Kay.
and I was yeah thank you. Okay,
Thanks for
thank you
watching. I'll
very
talk
much.
to you soon. Bye, buddy.
Oh,
All right, all right. We're gonna go a little long, everybody. Noor's game got rained out, so I got a little bit extra time. I'll go a little longer, especially we've had a couple of long calls, and I know there's a lot of people. So everybody, try to keep your questions quick if you can. Frank is here. Hi, Frank.
Hey Jim, how are you, Tio?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Long time. So,
Mm-hmm.
quick question. So, my wife's grandmother was born in 52. She's been in the US for a little bit over 5 years. We are trying to get her citizenship, but she can only speak French and her native language. English is really not something she
How
can.
old is she?
She was born in 52.
So she's 73.
Yep.
And how long has she had her green card?
A little bit over 5 years.
Okay, I don't have that stuff in front of me. It's
I think I looked it up a little bit yesterday. I think it said something like you have to be in the US for like 10,
20,
at least 15 years.
I think it's 10 years and 55 or 20 years. Here it is.
So it's 15 years and 20 years.
Yeah, applicants who are 50 or older and have lived in the U.S. as a permanent resident for at least 20 years, or 55 or older and 15. So she'd have to have 15 years in the U.S.
So pretty much she has to go through the whole English thing.
Unless there's a doctor who treats her for some kind of a mental condition, an actual defect in her brain that would keep her from learning English.
No, there isn't any.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Good seeing you. Thanks for the quick question. All right, all right. Luciano's been waiting patiently. Hello, Luciano.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm gonna try to keep like very short this.
Okay.
I used to live in Vegas as I had a overstaying visa as a tourist, and I used to live in Vegas from 2003 to 2007. 2009. I married my wife in 2008. I didn't apply at the time, and I feel 1 year later, ICE came to my house and arrested me, keep me in jail for 3 months. And they said that was an accusation in Brazil. So I said, well, that's probably some mistake. So I asked for voluntary departure. And I come back to Brazil and face the accusation. Was horrible accusations because I used to work in the fashion industry and there's a lot of bad stuff going there. And they accused me of human traffic and shit like that. And I had nothing to do with that. And then what happened, I faced the case. I didn't know it would take too long. It took like 10 years, basically, almost 10 years.
Wow.
So me and my wife, we went together and back and by the phone, but that's long relationships are really bad. And then I didn't have any hope at the time because I was facing a huge criminal case here in Brazil. But they clear out, they cancel because that's not a crime. It's nothing to do with. They cancel. So I told my wife. She said, "Get back home and okay, let's apply. Let's keep it real because she's also chemical. She was a chemical user at the time. She got really bad, and that was really horrible years. So I applied in 2022 because Trump before, and
You mean she filed an I-130 for you, or you filed a
yes,
visa?
yeah, she
filed an
did.
I-130 for you. Okay, and
She did it, and everything was fine. I got all the documentations, the sponsor, everything, send it back, but after the interview here on 2023 in Rio, here in Brazil, they put me on administration process for. Since there, they asked for more. They didn't ask about my marriage. They didn't ask nothing about that. They just asked about my criminal case. I said, "Well, this is clear. They canceled the case. There's no case." Oh, but what you did and stuff. Well, but I'm innocent by Brazilian law. I'm totally innocent. And I never had one thing in the United States when I used to live there. I had a studio and work as everyone besides overstaying the visa. And I did what I told you to the judge. I go back to Brazil, I fix it, see what has going on. It's probably a mistake. It took 10 years, but let's fix it. So they put me on this ape and asked me for everything about the case. So I had to send the whole case. It's a long case. It's a complicated case full of things, but there's nothing about me basically. And they put me since I'm waiting for the reply since 2023, like almost a year and a half more, a little bit more. Since they sent anyway, they never send email, nothing. I keep sending mail to them, to the embassy here, to the consulate here in Rio, but they never give me an answer. And well, they say, well, we're in the administration process and stuff. I know it's a complicated case, but I don't know why it's taking so long. And now I'm really afraid with Trump and stuff. Should this take forever and never get
If I were-
reply
if I
because
were-
they're holding my passport.
if I were you, I'd sue them tomorrow. Because if we sue them, we don't know what's going to happen with lawsuits after. We don't know what's going to happen with lawsuits after Trump comes in. We don't know what's going to happen with visa processing. So you're right at about the 70-day mark. I would sue them next week to try to get them to issue your visa. You've had your interview, a year and a half has gone by. They're just going to keep sitting on it unless you sue them. And I don't know if I can sue them for you once Trump comes in. So I would sue them this week.
Yeah, that's the mandamus. How you say?
Mandamus.
Okay, mandamus. Okay, yeah, that's what. There's no other way. So you think waiting is they're not gonna fix it?
I think if you wait too long, you're going to be waiting 4 years.
Okay, well, that's the way.
Yeah, so if you want our help with that, let me know. Okay, Luciano, that's what we do all the time. So if you want our help with that, just email me, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bye, buddy. All right. Kamara?
Yes, Kamara.
Kamara, how you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, Jim. Thank you for taking my video call.
Wait,
Okay, so
hold on. I like
oh,
that. I like that sweatshirt.
thank you, Star.
I love Star Wars. What's up?
Okay, so my wife has been in the States with me since 2021. We've been married for 2 years. Her I-130 just was approved. So we just paid for the I-765 and the I-485. We live in Nebraska. We are not sure if we should mail it out because we don't see it online.
You can only file a 45 on paper.
Okay, so we did that. So we
Are
can mail it out tomorrow.
You're a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And my wife's from Trinidad and Tobago, but
So
she's here.
why did you file the I-130 separately from the 45? That might confuse them.
We were doing everything by ourselves, and then we got an attorney, and we did something. I'm sorry, I'm not educated on all of it like that,
You're doing
but
great.
we paid the fee for them to just make sure everything was on track, and she just got back to us. And then that's when she told us that we should be filing those two. So we actually just paid for them yesterday. We still have it. We just weren't sure because we didn't see it online to do it.
So the I-130 is approved,
Yes.
and you're going to send in a copy of the approval notice with the 45, right?
Okay, I didn't know that. So send in a copy. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And then in the cover letter, I mean, you might want help with all this, but if you want our help, let me know. But if not, you definitely want to say in the cover letter in big letters, yo, my wife is in America. She's not in Trinidad. Or Tobago. She's here in the United States. She wants to adjust her status. She's not going to consular process. Like that should be the big, I'm serious, bold, 20-point font. That should be the first paragraph in your cover letter.
Okay. And then for our like our pictures and stuff like that, I think we have like 200. Do you think that's like overload? Because I have a lot of stuff.
The I-130 is already approved. So
Oh, that's what that. Okay, because we sent in everything. I wasn't sure if I would also have to send in proof and everything after that.
nope, because you're sending them what
Okay.
I told you, which is your I-130 approval notice. Now it's just time to adjust, make sure she's admissible and all that stuff.
Okay. And then I know you can't tell us anything. I to everybody that's going through this, I'm a U.S. citizen. I don't know what you guys are going through, but I see what my wife goes through, and I apologize tremendously because it makes me so sad. But do you think, like, I know you can't tell us the future, but if he goes in office, being that my wife doesn't have her citizenship yet or green card, is she at risk of being deported or?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Hang in there, kid. Get that thing on file, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't be sad.
Sorry.
Don't be sad. You're doing the right thing. Get that thing on file.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
See ya. All right. Motherfuckers making people cry. It pisses me off. Hey, everybody. Luis is here saying hello. Hello, Luis. And Alejandra, our good friend, said, Jim, you're the best. Boy, don't I appreciate it. All right. Kamara, hang in there, kid. Let's go to Candace. Hi, Candace. You're on mute, Candace. I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I got you off camera. How you doing?
Good. I'm sorry. I'm kind of tied up. But I had a question. I just filed the 130 like 8 months ago. I know a lot of people telling me that I should have filed the I-130 with the the I-130A with the I-130.
Yes.
Okay. So am I doing anything wrong? Because I haven't heard anything back from the USCIS since the 8 months. Only thing I got was the receipt.
Where's your spouse? Overseas?
Yes, Nigeria.
Yeah, I would just wait for them to ask. Don't send in the I-130A until they ask for it.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I take that back. Fill it out, complete it, and upload it to your online portal.
And the documents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks, Candace.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jim.
Bye. All right. Let's go to Kstij. I'm sure I said that.
Jim.
How do you say it?
It's Kshitij.
Kshitij. Wow, that's a tough one.
It's a unique name. It means horizon in Sanskrit.
Nice. Horizon. I like that.
Thank you so much for doing this. So I entered US on a H-1B visa.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I was laid off back in August 21st. So that would make me out of status now. However, before I went out of status, I applied for a adjustment of status to B2.
The change of status.
Change of status. I'm sorry.
Adjustment is
So
adjustment. That's different. But yeah, I gotcha. So you filed for a change before the 60 days were up. You filed for a B1, B2.
yeah,
Got it.
and I got an RFE on that because they need more evidence for my ties to the home country. It's a little hard to provide that because I've been living in the US on F1 and H1 visas for the past 8 years.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question just for my own knowledge? How much time between when you filed and when you got the RFE?
I filed on September 1st. I got the RFE on November 7th, 2 days ago.
2 months. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a hard time demonstrating non-immigrant intent, demonstrating a serious intention of going back home. So what's the question?
So I am in a situation now. I got another job offer from a big employer. So they said you could respond to the RFE and we'll file a H1 premium processing. So if you get approved, no problem. If you get denied, you'll have to go back and come back in. I have a valid H1 stamp, which is still valid.
Yep.
From my previous employer.
Yep.
But also, since May, I have been dating somebody who's a US citizen and we want to get married. And so like that comes before any kind of job for me. So my question is, should I accept this job and kind of risk maybe going outside, or should I just get married to her? Because like if I don't respond to RFE, it's kind of like B2 withdrawal, and I entered on H1B. So yeah.
Well, my first question is, if you didn't have an H1B problem, you didn't have a B1, B2 problem, and you were just here in the United States, are you in love and you'd get married anyway?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. How long have you been together?
7 months.
Okay. So when is the RFE response due on the
December 13th.
December 13th. Okay.
Yeah.
I would tell the employer, I don't know what I'm going to do with my spouse. We might end up getting married. I don't know for sure. Please go ahead and file for my H1B.
Okay.
I would file the best response I could possibly file on December 11th or whatever, 3 or 4 days before it is. I'd file that. And then I would, whenever you're ready and want to move ahead sooner rather than later, and probably getting my 485 on file before January 20th, I would do it sometime, maybe get married in the middle of December or early January and get that thing on file.
Okay. Okay.
In other words,
I
want you to keep all your options open. I don't want you to throw it all into one. Although there's an argument to be made of just withdrawing the change to the B1, B2. But I think you're better off saying, yeah, I really do have ties, even though you might not have a ton of evidence of that. Like, I don't want to concede that maybe the B1, B2 was only filed because you had the H1B layoff or termination,
Yeah.
I'd want to push it all.
Okay. So I should get married after they apply for my H1B premium process and not like before if I want to respond.
You should get married when you and your wife feel like getting married sometime between now and January. I don't really care when with the H1B.
I mean, we're ready. Like we could get married, but we don't want to jeopardize our future. So like if I don't know. Like I would say
a lot of people who are thinking about getting married I would think that the courthouses are going to be hearing from a lot of immigrants. This is a good video. There's going to be a lot of immigrants getting married between now and January 20th. That is my TikTok for tomorrow. Thank you so much. A lot of marriages between now and January 20th. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so just live your life, my man. You got all the right things going. Just let them all play out. Just do your thing.
Okay. Yeah,
but
thank you so much.
This week or next week, I think that'd be great.
Okay. Thanks so much for taking my question.
Thanks, Horizon. See you, buddy. What a nice guy, huh? He's got a lot going on. A lot of good options. That's what we like. We like lots of options, not just one. Moses. You're on mute, Moses.
I'm good, brother. How you doing? Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Now, we got the American flag, we got the guitar, and we got the salam alaikum. I love all of that.
Yes, sir. How's it going, brother? Everything good?
I'm good.
Good. All right, brother. So I have a quick question. So last time I was with you on the show, and then all of a sudden someone called my phone and then
Oh yeah,
just
that
dropped.
happens. Yep,
Yes,
yep.
sir. All right, so my question real quick, because I know a lot of people now they're probably just trying to get, you know what I'm saying,
You're
to
gonna be
talk
my
to you.
last call of the day, so it's all good.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. So I came to the US back in the 2016 on F1 visa,
Okay.
and it was expired well, I was supposed to go to Chicago, right? And then when I went there, and I don't like Chicago, and I just changed my mind, and I went to Arkansas because I have like a friends, and it was like a 3 days later. And then I was trying to go to school, to be honest with you, in Arkansas. And when I went to school, they were like, "Hey, your visa already expired, and you're not allowed to have, what I'm saying, your F1 uh, uh, anymore." So it's the USCIS, they cancel it. And I was like, "Wow, I don't even have like." I think it was like a week later. Not, I'm sorry, I take that back. It wasn't like 3 days. It was like a week later. Anyways, brother. So to be honest with you, I got stuck here in Arkansas since then, and I was like, I was here for like a year, and then I was like, you know what? America, they don't want to give me papers, and it was Donald Trump time, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Canada, right? So I was trying to go to, what I'm saying, cross the border, go to Canada. I got arrested on the border, and then they charged me for trying to go to Canada and expired fees and all that. They put me in a detention for 2 months. I paid the bond and everything.
They Canada or they US?
US.
So you got arrested by the US.
Yes, sir.
So my man Moses is from what country?
I'm from Yemen originally.
So Moses goes to the embassy in Yemen and says, or where did you get your F1? What embassy?
Well, actually, I came from Saudi Arabia. I grew up in Saudi Arabia, so I came from Saudi Arabia.
So you went to the embassy in Riyadh, got your F1
Yes, sir.
student visa, and you said, "Yo, I've got the money and the plans to go to college in Chicago." And then once you landed, you never went.
No, actually, that's not the plan. To be honest with you, brother, like I swear to God, wallah, it wasn't the plan. The plan is
Watch
I
how he
really
said
want to go to
"Wallah."
school.
That means swear to God, everybody. For those paying
Yeah.
attention at home, "Wallah" means they swear to God. Okay, so "Wallah,"
Right.
what was the plan?
Wallah, the plan was like I need to go to school. To be honest with you, brother,
Yeah.
because
Okay. So your plan was to go right, but just overall, people that watch the show know that when you say you're coming on an F1 and you have the money to go, and then you don't go, and worst yet, you go to a different city, and
Yes,
you
sir.
then you wait a while to try to get a different school to take you. That's a big problem.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that, to be honest with you, brother. I did a big mistake. It was a really big mistake. And at that time, brother, I have nobody, tell me what's wrong, what's right. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was a try and it was a wrong try.
Okay,
And
so you get busted, you get detained, then what?
yeah, after when I got detained, I was in the detention facility for like 2 months, and then they released me because the judge, he gave me another chance. He said like, "Hey, I'll give you another chance. You pay the bond and you get out of here." I said, "Yes, sir." And then we paid it. I paid the bond, and I came back to Arkansas. Uh, I hired another lawyer, and he was like, because I was a victim of some crime, he said, "I'm applying for. You have two options." He said you have two options. Number one, we gonna apply for asylum, and number two, we gonna apply for your visa. And I did both of them, to be honest with you, brother. So, and then my asylum got denied because I don't know, because I think, brother, to be honest with you, I think the judge, she didn't understand what's going on, because my lawyer, he was kind of like stupid, excuse my language, but he was kind of stupid. And he didn't explain to her that I was a citizen of Yemen, not a citizen of Saudi Arabia. So
Right.
in the court, brother, I swear to God, like he was like, back and forth. And the judge, she was like kind of confused. And I was trying to talk, brother. I was trying to explain to her everything. And she said, "You're not allowed to talk to me." And what I'm saying, you have to use I don't know what she was saying, but she didn't, like, I was trying to speak to her in English, and then she got mad at me because I was trying to speak in English. She said, "Now you need to use your own language," because they have a translator or whatever. And it didn't go well, what I'm saying. Even though like I have a good case, brother, to be honest with you, because when I was in Saudi Arabia, I went to jail. And everything was good, honestly, and all was
Everything was
good
good. What are you
until
talking
this
about? It sounds like everything's bad. You're saying everything's good. It sounds bad.
Yeah, I'm saying it was everything good when I was in the court, brother, at that time.
Oh,
And
okay.
everything was really good and everything was going smooth. And you know what I'm saying, all the questions I answered like perfect shortly, you know. I don't have like I didn't I wasn't really speaking a lot, you know, just giving her like short answers and everything was good.
All
And
right. So what's
so
the question? What's the question?
yeah, the question is I have I called like 4 days. Well, I filed my U visa back in 2018, right?
Okay.
On 10/12/2018, and it's been like almost 6 years. Or maybe it's been 6 years. Yeah, it's actually more than 6 years. So I called them like 3 days, and I was trying to make sure they still have the case. And this lady at the USCIS, she told me like your case has been delayed or something. It's out of limit
Normal,
time
out
or
of
something.
normal processing times. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I was thinking, like, I called your office, and this lady at your office said, like, you guys don't take these kind of cases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's not the kind of case we would take. There's a lot
So,
going on here. There's a lot going on here. What was the crime that you were involved, that you were a victim of, and how have you participated in the prosecution of the person that did it?
well, I was working at a store, and then this guy he walked through the store, and then he robbed me, and he shot me. I
Oh,
got
I'm
shot in
sorry.
my
I'm
leg.
sorry. Did he get caught
Yes, he did.
and he's getting prosecuted?
Not really. He's they find out that he was a Saudi citizen, and the embassy like went to the court, and then they pay the bond and everything, and they help him to escape the country. So he's in Saudi Arabia.
Is this somebody you knew back in Saudi Arabia?
I swear to God, wallah, brother, I have no idea. I don't know him.
All right.
Never
Well,
met him
you got
before.
to get going, Moses. I don't think this is something I can help with, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, brother, I know it's a lot
It's
of
a
things
mess.
going
All
on.
right. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah, it is.
See
Yes,
you,
sir. You
man.
too. Thank you.
All right. That was Moses. Moses got shot. That's tough. Hey, listen, Tony and everybody, we're talking about all the weddings that are going to happen between now and January 20th. And Tony was saying that he wished he had a, oh, where did that go? I made something for you guys. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, here it is. So we're gonna, you guys know my sister just got married in Vegas and Elvis showed up. So we're going to end the show with a little music from Elvis, especially it's National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day. So that's good. Elvis liked fried chicken. Elvis liked peanut butter and banana sandwiches. But let me go ahead and pull up Elvis and we'll close out the show with him. All right. Share the king. There he is. All right, guys, have a great night. I said I was going to do a show tomorrow, but since we did this one and we went long, Nor's softball all got moved to tomorrow, so I probably can't do a show tomorrow. So we'll renumber this as episode 705 and then do a show probably on Tuesday because Monday is our firm retreat. We won't. That Elvis impersonator was great. That's my brother-in-law there right in front with his mouth open. That's Dave. That's who my sister married. I hope you guys all have a great night. Oh, that's very funny, Alejandro. No, we had a terrible Elvis here a little while ago, but that is what gave me the idea to be Elvis for Halloween. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me. Hang in there. I'll try to do a show tomorrow if I can, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So either we'll do a show tomorrow. If not, it'll be probably Tuesday, late on Tuesday. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. We'll just play that again.